Welcome back, MG fam. Following our first ever BCS Bowl win against the Gamecocks. What a great comeback. That was a beautiful one. It's time to get to the offseason, baby. My boy Robbie Clark, the best quarterback in Furman history so far, broke the passing touchdown record for his career. 77 touchdowns for him. Hey, he's going to be all over the record books. And he also has the record for most passing yards in a career, 11,446. And you already know he broke the record for the most passing yards in a season with 3,746 yards. So the Trojans won it all, man. A 34-31 victory over Oklahoma State. I thought it was going to be a blowout for the Trojans, but it started off that way. The Trojans was up 20-0 in the first half, but Oklahoma State came back, scored 31 points in the second half, man. But the Trojans was able to hold on and get the victory. So the final polls ended up with USC as the number 1 team. Oklahoma jumped over us and got the second spot. We ended up in the third spot like we were before the bowl game. Oklahoma State fell to 4. Tennessee, the 5th team, and Ohio State ended up at 6. And Houston, a mid-major, at the 7th spot. And the 8th spot owned by Nebraska. Boston College got the 9th, and 10th is the North Carolina Tar Heels. A lot of great bowl victories happened. A lot of teams won that we knew we were going to win, and a lot of teams lost that we thought we were going to win too. So now let's look at Coach McGruff's career, man. If you guys were with us at the beginning of this series, you know that first season we won 6 games. I was surprised we won that many games. It was a sloppy season, but we found a way to get 6 of them. But we didn't get invited to any bowl games. Then the next season, we lost 8 of them, bro. I thought we were going to take a step up and get into a bowl game, but it didn't happen. So things went down for us. I was like, I don't know what we're going to be doing in this series. I thought it was going to be horrible. But the next season, we got 10 wins. Our first Sun Belt Conference Championship, and we won our first ever bowl game, the New Orleans Bowl. Then the next season, we went to 8-5, so I thought the 10-3 season was a fluke. Got another Sun Belt championship, but no bowl victory. Then the next season, 11-2. I said, man, we ready for the BCS. Didn't get invited to the BCS games. We took our bid at the New Orleans Bowl, won that one, also won our third Sun Belt championship. The next season after that, won the Sun Belt once again. Got our tails whooped in a BCS game against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And if you guys are just jumping aboard, you know about the last season. 13 wins, 1 loss, another invite to a BCS game, but we won it, baby. The Sugar Bowl took care of that, as well as winning our 5th Sun Belt championship. So now to the coaching carousel, man. The Oregon Ducks went 5-7 last year, fired their coach, Cristobal, and they're going to offer Coach McGruff a job. But Coach McGruff is going to decline it, man. We sticking with Furman, baby. We don't want any of you guys' contracts. Clemson tried to offer us a few years ago. We didn't take it. We're not taking that. So we moving ahead. So they're going to hire Brent Brennan from San Jose. Hey, that's a pretty good pickup for him. And App State head coach Satterfield got the boot. He's out of there. So they're going to hire David Yost from NIU. Tulsa is looking for a new head coach. And they'll take our offensive coordinator, Matt Vietor. So NIU is also looking for another head coach. And they'll take our defensive coordinator, Travaris Robinson. I remember when Travaris came through, and I knew he was going to be a pretty good defensive coach. We turned him into a GOAT, man. And Georgia State lost their head coach to Central Michigan, man. John McNulty, man, had a great season, 8-5. Could have been a little better. And he's going to slide on through to CMU, who went 2-10 last year. And he's going to try to elevate that program. And Georgia State will end up hiring Buster Faulkner from Michigan State. They got a North Carolina spread offense coming through there. Hey, he's from GSU, so I guess they got who they wanted. And the Raging Cajuns Ended up getting a new head coach also, Matt Moon from San Jose State. And they're going to bring the air raid on through there. So the Raging Cajuns got a new head coach. He's going to try to improve on that 3-9 record. So now our offensive coordinator, we're going to bring in Chip Long. So you know what that means? We're going to be running a new offense this year. We will be incorporating the Notre Dame spread. The irony in that one, man. We lost to Notre Dame in the bowl game a year ago, and now we're running a similar offense those guys had. They torched us in that BCS bowl game, but when we came back in that season opener, we took care of those guys. And our defensive coordinator position will be filled by Tony Gibson from UNCC, and he runs a 3-3-5. So we're now going to be running 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 5 DBs out there. And Ark State ended up getting a new offensive coordinator, Dabo Swinney, man. Dabo lost his job at Clemson a couple of years ago, went to Central Michigan, got fired from there, so it's back to offensive coordinator for him. And we also have a new head coach with no experience going to USA, South Alabama, Gene Weber. He running the spread, so he's going to be interesting to watch also because no experience. I guess they're taking a chance on him, I guess. So now it's time to look at the players that will be leaving us, guys. We have 2 transfers on our board. Bird, a quarterback, and Davis, a right tackle. 1 freshman and 1 sophomore. And we're not going to be able to convince these guys to stay. So we got Bird going to Troy, which is in conference. We may have to face him in a couple years. It's going to be interesting. And got Davis going to UNCC. We're going to watch Bird's career very closely because we know he's going to be in conference, so it's going to be interesting. And the rest of the players leaving are, graduating. My boy, Robbie Clark, man, he did well enough to get projected for the 4th round in the pro draft. And we have a couple transfers coming through. We got Smith from Duke, a strong safety, something we could use. He's a freshman. And we also got another freshman in George Dawson, the right guard. So we're going to accept both of these guys. We're going to bring them on through. So the offseason recruiting, the in-season recruiting didn't go so well for us. So the offseason recruiting, we're going to try to bring in a few players to, fill in some of those roster spots that we were missing. So we were able to sign a 5-star quarterback, baby, Lamar Jolly. We lost Bird to transfer, and we brought in Jolly, the freshman 5-star kid. He was ranked number 2 in the nation at quarterback, so I'm not sure if we're going to start him this year. I would love to start this kid because he has a lot of great upside, and I want to see his intangibles on the field and see what he can do for us. But we have a great young man coming in to start next year. He's going to be pretty good. A lot of you guys saw him in the bowl game against Notre Dame. He showed us some promise, so we may give the veteran the first go at it. If he shows us some signs of shakiness, we may throw Lamar Jolly in there. And Bailey, we got him a left outside linebacker, and Jonathan Jackson. So this recruiting class wasn't the best we ever had, but we're going to move forward with it. Next year, we're going to try to attack the recruiting trail a little harder because we got to bring in some great players. But I believe we filled that quarterback position that we were kind of worried about because Robbie leaving is a big drop-off. So we're going to be running with some young guys with not much experience. So we lost Brandon Webb to Georgia, and we lost Andrew Jones, one of the top athletes in the nation, to South Carolina. We lost Albert Lee to Michigan State, and we lost Keon Johnson to Utah. This recruiting class wasn't good at all, man. We only had 1 5-star, no 4 stars, 4 3-stars, and 1 2-stars, and a lot of walk-on players, which are 1 stars that we're probably not going to keep on our roster. The best player in our signing class is Jolly, the 5-star kid, man. If you're going to have a sucky recruiting class, you at least land a 5-star guy. So him and Williams are the only 5-star recruits that we were able to get so far in this dynasty. We're going to try to grab some more this year, at least 2 maybe, and add some 4-star guys. So now let's look at the rest of the teams in the conference and how they fared in the recruiting this year. So you got Arkansas State, who has Dabo Swinney as their new offensive coordinator. Their top player is Rivers, a wide receiver, 6'4", 205 pounds. And you also have Texas State, who had the 107th recruiting class. Their top player is Williams. He's a receiver also, 6'1", 191, 4-star kid. And Tulane, their recruiting class ranked at 102. Their top player is a defensive player. Is little, man, an outside linebacker, 6'3" kid, 4-star. But he also had a pretty good tackle that they pick up was Harris, and 6'7", 285 pounds. They'll put some weight on that kid. He's going to be very, very good. And finally, we have a team in the top 100. South Alabama with the 91st recruiting class. Their best player is Hill, an athlete, and their second best player is Fox, a quarterback. And Troy, right in front of South Alabama with the 90th recruiting class, and their top player is Kenny, a wide receiver. The second best player is Rivero, a defensive tackle. And App State ended up with 1 4-star. They have the 80th ranked recruiting class, and Dixon, the middle linebacker, 6'3", 237, is their top player. And ULM needed a lot of great players this year. They have the 73rd recruiting class. Their top players are defensive end easily, 6'4", 242, and Wallace, a wide receiver, 5'10", 185. And Georgia State, the 71st recruiting class, they lost their head coach. So they're going to bring in Freeman, an athlete. He's a 4-star kid. And Thomas, the tight end, he's a 3-star kid. And we have a Sun Belt team that cracked the top 50, Georgia Southern, the 38th recruiting class in the nation. They have a top wide receiver in Hall. He's one of the best receivers that was recruited in our conference. He's a 4-star kid, 6 feet tall, 219. So now on to position changes, baby. So we're going to just focus on our athletes. We only had one, Marcus Bratton. We signed that kid. He was a 3-star recruit, 6'4", 265. He looks like he's going to be a good tight end, so that's where we're going to place him. So now we're going to check out the training results. The top player on our team this year is Williams. Followed behind him is the punter, Sanders, and Hart, the right outside linebacker, and the fullback, Alexander. So we have a lot of potential on this team. Not as much talent as last year, but we're going to be able to make it over the hump, I believe. Williams, he's going to have to go for 1,000 yards this season, and we're going to try to keep him healthy. Givens is going to come into the season as a starting quarterback. He's a senior this year. He has the awareness to lead this team. 86 overall. Speed is an 84, so we're going to be able to scramble a little bit with the quarterback. And his acceleration is not that bad also. And my boy Riley is back for his senior year, so we have a veteran backfield this year. Riley will be in here with an 86 overall. His speed is an 89. His acceleration at 88. I believe he's going to be able to get us another 1,000-yard season. Hopefully he can break the rushing touchdown record this year. And we're going to also have Reese being the second string running back, but we're going to give Thomas, his shotgun formations because that guy has the burners, bro. And our wide receivers, man, Williams, him and Robinson are the only ones that are 80 plus overall, man. Robinson turned up last year. That guy has those burners, man. We have 2 electrifying receivers on the outside, and our slot receiver is Anderson. He's pretty quick, and once he breaks free, it's going to be on from there. Our offensive line is going to be pretty weak this year. Hopefully we can get the ball out of the quarterback hands pretty fast because we can't afford to get sacked and get beat down so much. So our defensive line is going to be pretty good. We got Flynn coming back for his senior year. He's an 85. We got Scott going to get some burn this year. He's an 81 overall. And our defensive tackles will be led by Sanchez, and Martin will come in and give us some burn too. The linebacker position, we got Hughes, man. Hughes is going to be an interesting guy, man. Hughes is a pretty small linebacker. He's 5'9", 224, but he's an 82 overall junior. And McCutcheon will be returning for his senior year. He's going to lead all the linebackers. He's a great leader. He did everything we asked of him last year. And I believe he's going to give us a great opportunity to have one of the top defenses in the nation. And we also have Hart coming back, man. Him and McCutcheon, out of the last 2 years, won all of the Linebacker of the Year awards. And our secondary, man, is going to be led by Terrell and Bennett, those cornerbacks. Bennett is the best cornerback we have. And the young guys that's behind them, they're going to have to step them through their thing. And Williamson will be at free safety, so we have a lot of leadership in the secondary. I believe the secondary in the linebacker core and the defensive line is going to be on one accord, shutting down everything possible. It's going to be hard to score against us, but we got to sort this soft spot, which is our strong safety. Gordon. He's a 72 overall. We got to be able to, help him out because he might get roasted a few times. So now let's check out our schedule, man. We're going to open up the season against North Carolina, the 10th ranked school. They got us not ranked. Again, you know how this game does. Disrespect teams like Furman and them that's on the come up. And then we're going to get a bye week and we're going to go face Tulsa. We got to face our old head coach, at least one of those guys. And then we're going to Troy to start the conference. And then Arkansas State and all those guys. We're going to be in the conference all the way till week 11. And then we're going to bounce back outside of the conference. We're going to get a bye week. And then we're going to go to the big house to face Michigan right before Tulane. And then we're going to end the season at home against Tulane. We're going to have a proper senior night. And then hopefully we can make it on to the conference championship week. And then, hopefully it's BCS championship games after that, baby. So a few recruits that we're going to be keying on this year. We got Kevin Williams, a top receiver, man, a possession guy. Number 3 receiver in the nation. One thing he does pretty well is run routes, bro. That's what we need. A big guy on the outside that can run some routes. He give us those guaranteed hands. And Roger Jones is going to be the second guy that we're going to be keying on. An athlete from out of Oklahoma. He's a quarterback, I believe, man. Throw power A. Throw accuracy C. But his man coverage is a B. Play recognition, maybe have a quarterback playing cornerback or free safety. And on the offensive side, man, that'll be interesting. Sound like some Road to Glory stuff. And Roy Johnson, another athlete, 6 feet, 183, bro, from Clayton, North Carolina. So this dude's speed is an A, acceleration is an A, and his play recognition is a B. Elusiveness is a B, so I believe this guy's a running back. And we're going to key on Herbert Walters, the center. We got to sort this offensive line. He's the number 2 center in the nation, 6'2", 268. He's from Alabama. So it's going to be hard to get that guy from out of there. You can tell he's ready to get it going. He's a pass blocking guy. He can run block too. And Darrell Baker, outside linebacker from Mississippi. He's going to be pretty good. Hopefully we can land a lot of these guys. We're going to need all the help after this year because we're going to see our biggest drop off ever with the seniors graduating. But I appreciate you guys for watching this video. It's time to get season 8 started, bro. Will this be the national championship season? I hope so. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button and notification bell. Hey, and holla at your boy, Coach McGruff. We out of here, baby. Let's get it.